Hey guys, this is the Dark Passenger. Just figured I'd do a WWE related video and just just later on kind of just talk about the films there, writing, filming, whatever. I'm just gonna start off here with the Elimination Chamber match. It was on Sunday. And this was a great match in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. This year's Elimination Chamber match was just epic in my opinion. We had Antonio Cesaro, John Cena, Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, Christian, and the World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton. His title was on the line in that match. And what really just bothered me about this match, what I hated about this match, the the ending of this match. We had the Wyatts somehow get into the chamber and interfere. They basically attacked John Cena, and then he got eliminated. And then it was Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton left in the chamber. Then Kane, he comes out to see if John Cena's alright. Then, Daniel Bryan attacks Kane, and after that, Kane costs Daniel Bryan the match. He attacks Daniel Bryan and costs him the match. And that's basically how Randy Orton ended up winning. It wasn't deserved. Kane distracted Daniel Bryan. So that was not a, earned victory for Randy Orton. And he was celebrating, gloating after the match. I don't know. I just don't really like what Randy Orton has turned into now. It seems like he's this character who only cares about himself, and and that championship, and that's about it. So now we're gonna have Batista versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 30. I was just so shocked, and with that ending, and so were all the WWE fans that were actually in the arena watching the Elimination Chamber. You could see the looks on their faces. They zoomed in on the looks of a few of these WWE fans. They fucked Daniel Bryan over again. How many times does he have to be fucked over? He deserves to be champion. I can't think of anyone better that can be champion right now. And we need a new champion, because I just don't really like Randy Orton as champion right now. Anyway, on to Raw. And this is the aftermath of the Elimination Chamber, pretty much. And this was a great show in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. I had some great matches. Like for example, we had Kane versus Daniel Bryan. This was kind of a way for Daniel Bryan to take out his aggression on who really deserves it. But in my opinion, Triple H really deserved it, because earlier Daniel Bryan confronted Triple H and challenged them to a match at WrestleMania, and Triple H kind of shrugged him off and basically told him, I'll try get you a spot in WrestleMania. And Stephanie told him that, you can take out your aggression on Kane. He's the guy that really deserves it, blah, blah, blah. So that match was made official, and yeah, that was just a great match in my opinion. I really enjoyed it, but I I'm warming up to Kane's character now. I mean, I didn't really like him at first. You know, corporate Kane, director of operations, but now that I now that I know that he's probably gonna go back to being the big red monster again sooner or later, I can, you know, understand the change. I mean, he was he was masked before, then he was unmasked for a while, and then masked again when he came back. Now he's just unmasked again. And corporate Kane working for the authority. I think he's kind of the authority's bitch in a way, but still, you know, I'm starting to warm up to him. But yeah. Anyway, back to this match: Daniel Bryan versus Kane. Uh, in this match, Kane was kind of going to Daniel Bryan's shoulder, attacking Daniel Bryan's shoulder because it was bandaged, it was injured, and that was his weak spot, and Kane tried to use that to his advantage. That was a good strategy for him. And Daniel Bryan, I mean, even though he was injured, he still did his best. I mean, he is one of the greatest superstars in the WWE today. There's no denying that. This guy, he really just, well, he's just great in the ring. So is Kane. No doubt about it. But personally, I just like Daniel Bryan a little better. And yeah, that was just a great match. For those of you who haven't, seen Raw yet, I'm not gonna exactly spoil who won it, but yeah, it was a great match in my opinion. And earlier on, we also had Batista versus Alberto Del Rio. It was a rematch from Elimination Chamber, and this was actually a pretty awesome match as well. I didn't see that match at Elimination Chamber. That match in Elimination Chamber, Batista versus Alberto Del Rio. But apparently, from what I heard, Alberto Del Rio tried to fool Batista that he was still hurting from that Batista bomb that Batista did gave him. He came out with crutches, I think. Tried to do something to fool him, but that didn't fool Batista. And I guess Batista won that match at Elimination Chamber. So now Alberto Del Rio requested the rematch. I think that's what happened. And again, we had Batista win the match. Yeah, Batista won the match. And yeah, Batista is, he's good in the ring, don't get me wrong, but I just think that the WWE is just still sucking up to him because he's got this movie called Guardians of the Galaxy coming out. They should stop sucking up to Batista. They should stop sucking up to Randy Orton. And they should stop giving Daniel Bryan shit and give him the championship. I mean, I agree with that. They should just give him that damn World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship. He deserves to be champion. No, in my opinion. He deserves it. He needs to be champion. I cannot say that enough. But yeah, they're obviously not going to make him champion anytime soon. And I just don't know. That they're just screwing Daniel Bryan over every chance that they get. I mean, why do they keep doing this to him? Yeah, now, moving on. Also, this week on Raw we had a match between with Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns from the Shield, and this was a great match. I really enjoyed it. I mean, just one of the best matches that I've ever seen, I think. But still, it was interrupted. It was interrupted by the two other members of the Wyatt family, and also the Shield, came in and kind of started a fight, basically. Oh, and that was great. The match was thrown out because Dean Ambrose went after Bray Wyatt. Yeah. So yeah, that match was never finished. But yeah, it was still a great match before the interruption. Oh, and actually, sorry, I was actually wrong. I made a mistake about the Batista versus Alberto Del Rio rematch. Batista didn't win this time. Sorry. I just remembered we had Randy Orton interrupt the match. That's what happened. Sorry, I kind of just didn't remember exactly what happened, but it's come back to me now. Sorry about that. And I'm just gonna, go ahead, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about probably the best thing that happened this week on Raw. The best thing in my opinion. At the end of Raw, they were hinting that Brock Lesnar would be coming out. He was there in the arena, that he'd be coming out for something. And yeah, closer to the end of Raw, we had Brock Lesnar come out with his advocate, Paul Heyman, and when they were, in the ring, they got into the ring, and Paul Heyman basically started talking about how the Authority wouldn't give Brock Lesnar what he wanted, meaning they wouldn't give him a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship. And Paul Heyman, of course, believes that Brock Lesnar is the true number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. But no, that's really Batista. Like it or not, it's Batista. And I'm fine with that. I am. But we're gonna have another match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. Because Brock Lesnar got offered a contract for WrestleMania. And if he signs, it was explained to him that if he signs the contract, he can pick his opponent for WrestleMania and for the future WrestleManias. That's basically what the Authority told him and Paul Heyman. So yeah, at first, Paul Heyman just said no thank you to that contract. Basically said that Brock Lesnar refused to sign. But then Brock Lesnar, changed his mind. And the reason why was because, we had The Undertaker return this week. I mean, that was amazing. I didn't know if he'd return or not. I was kind of guessing he would, but I didn't really know if he would for sure, and he did, and he has this different look now. Apparently from what I heard, it's his old look. It's one of his old looks, and he looks pretty awesome now. I gotta admit that. So yeah, The Undertaker came out. Basically, Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker went face to face in the ring, staring each other down, pretty much. And then Brock Lesnar, he signed the contract. He signed it because The Undertaker came out, and he wanted a match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. And then after Brock Lesnar signed, he gave The Undertaker the pen and basically started demanding that The Undertaker sign and saying, and Paul Heyman said, if you want this match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30, please sign this contract. I guess, yeah, that's pretty much what Paul Heyman was saying to The Undertaker. The Undertaker then ended up stabbing that pin into Brock Lesnar's hand and chokeslamming him. And that was The Undertaker's own version of a yes. That was The Undertaker saying yes to Brock Lesnar. So we are going to have Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. It will be 22-0. I know it. Because the streak is not going to end now. There have been quite a few superstars that have tried to end it. We had CM Punk, we had Shawn Michaels. Those are the only two that I can think of off the top of my head, but yeah, there have been many more, I know it. And Brock Lesnar will not end the streak. It's not going to happen. I'm going to say that right now. The Undertaker will win that match. And as for that Daniel Bryan versus Triple H match at WrestleMania 30, I don't know whether that'll happen or not, because Triple H has not yet given Daniel Bryan an answer. But I'm hoping that it does happen, because it would be an epic match. And I'm not just saying that. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Daniel Bryan just give Triple H what he deserves. So yeah. Now I'm just going to talk about a few of the films that WWE's got, that are being filmed, that are being written, whatever. We're gonna have Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy and Santino Marella. This just sounds ridiculous to me. Why are they making this now? They just want money. It's fucking stupid. I don't want this to happen. Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger is a classic. I don't want it fucked up with a shitty sequel. And this sequel is going to be shitty because Santino Marella is fucking ridiculous. Larry the Cable Guy, I'm fine with him, but I just don't like the fact that Santino Marella is in this. And it will probably be a piece of shit, because WWE Films does not know how to make good movies, except for See No Evil and The Call. That's it. And yeah, I just don't want this to happen, but it's happening anyway. I know that. It's happening anyway. And I don't fucking like it, personally. I can just go on for hours how much I don't like this. How much I don't like the fact that this film is being made. It's fucking stupid. I can just rant about this for a long time. And yeah, another movie we're going to have is Tooth Fairy 3 with The Rock and Larry the Cable Guy. That is another fucking stupid thing to do because Tooth Fairy is, I don't know, I haven't seen the movie, but The Rock is just money hungry now. All he thinks about is money. He doesn't care about the WWE, he just cares about Hollywood now and his Hollywood movies, his action movies. That's about all he cares about now. And, you know, his action movies, his other movies, whatever the fuck. I mean, I like The Rock in the ring. I liked seeing him in matches the past couple of years, you know, when he returned. But I just don't like I just don't like the fact that he's gone Hollywood. That's what I don't like. It's fucking bullshit. The Rock should just start caring about the WWE. Just come back to the WWE. Just be a WWE superstar. Just forget the movies and just start focusing on the WWE universe. You know, the fans. Just start listening to them. Start caring. That's what I think should happen. That's what I think he should do personally. And, you know, not give a shit about his fucking movies anymore. But he's never going to do that. And, we're going to have the Marine 4 as well. The Marine 4 is being filmed, I think, right now. It's going to be with, The Miz again. He was in the Marine 3 Homefront, which I've never seen. And he's going to be in the Marine 4. I don't really like this either. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the first Marine movie. I've seen the first Marine movie with John Cena. I wasn't a huge fan of that. So, I don't think I'm gonna like any of the other Marine movies if I get into them. And I'm not gonna waste my time with it. I don't want to watch any of these shitty ass fucking sequels that they're putting out right now. The only movies that I'm interested in right now that are being produced, that are being released by WWE Films, produced, released, whatever, See No Evil 2 and Leprechaun Origins. Those are the only two movies that I'm interested in right now that are going to be released by WWE Films. We're gonna have See No Evil 2 be released this year, I think. Later on this year, and I'm really looking forward to this film. We're gonna have Kane come back as Jacob Goodnight, as the killer. I'm really looking forward to it. I just can't wait. The first See No Evil was great in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. It was creepy. It was good. Kane was good in the film. Just this big creepy ass guy killing people in that hotel. He killed off people in that hotel. And I liked that chain, that chain that he had. That chain just completed his creepy image in that film. And I'm just hoping that Kane is good in the sequel. I mean, I'm just hoping that, and I'm hoping that the sequel is good. I personally think that it probably will be, but who knows? They could make a shitty sequel. Maybe. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. And, you know, as for Leprechaun Origins, I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm a fan of the first 3 Leprechaun films. I like them, I really do. I've never seen In Space. I've seen In the Hood and Back to the Hood. I don't really like them that much, to be honest. I only like the first 3. You know, the first 3 are the best. And this is kind of a reboot, I think, Leprechaun Origins. We're not going to have Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun in this. We're going to have Hornswoggle as the Leprechaun. I don't know if that's a good idea, to be honest. Maybe it is. Maybe it'll be a good film. But I just don't like the fact that Hornswoggle is playing Leprechaun. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully it'll be a good movie. And I think they're also releasing this later this year. And I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about one last thing, and that's CM Punk fucking leaving the WWE. I know this is kind of getting to be old news now, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on this. CM Punk should not have fucking left, but I can understand why he did, because he got sick of everything. He got sick of the WWE. He got sick of Triple H and Stephanie, I guess. You know, the Authority. He got sick of, you know, the business. I can just understand that. I can understand why he left. If I was there and I kept being treated that way by the Authority or something like that, then I'd leave too. I can understand why CM Punk left. I really can. But I just don't like the fact that he did. That's the thing. I really don't like the fact that CM Punk left the WWE. CM Punk, you should not have left. You could have just been a little more patient with everything. It's not the same without you. It's not the same without CM Punk. At all. There are still CM Punk chants going on in the crowd. It was on Raw, I'm sure, and it was on Elimination Chamber as well, from what I heard. And they were, they want you back. The WWE fans want you back. And I personally want you back as well. But I know that's not going to happen. And I know that CM Punk will never hear this, but I just really hope that he changes his mind and just comes back. He needs to come back. Sure, we've still got Brock Lesnar, we've still got Daniel Bryan, we've still got Randy Orton, we've still got Alberto Del Rio, we've still got Batista for 2 years. But yeah, I just think that CM Punk should come back. And I just think it was funny on Raw how they were booing the hell out of Batista. And he just told Randy Orton, if they cheer me, I cheer them back. If they boo me, I'll boo them back. It's called honesty, and that's something you know nothing about. And, that's true. Batista seems to be honest. Anyway, I guess that's pretty much all I gotta say. I'm looking forward to SmackDown this week, where Batista's gonna speak out against the fans, pretty much, I guess. Speak out, talk about what he thinks of them booing him. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Thanks for listening. Subscribe. Stay tuned for more reviews, videos. Peace.